Hello, I'm Bernie Leving, Congregational Care Pastor at Palmacia United Methodist. A special greeting to those of you who are viewing our PrayerCast for the first time this week, and a welcome back to those of you for whom this short time has become a part of your weekly routine. Yesterday was a significant historical day for our nation, and indeed for the whole world. Yesterday was the 45th anniversary of those famous words. That's one small step for man, one giant step for mankind.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Spoken by Neil Armstrong as he stepped from the lunar landing module onto the surface of the moon. I thought about that day as I have looked at the sliver of the moon these past several nights. It's in its what's called the waxing crescent phase, the first phase after the new moon. Seeing that and thinking again of Armstrong's words reminds me of Psalm 8. When I look at your skies, at what your fingers made, the moon and the stars that you set firmly in place, Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name throughout the earth. Buzz Aldrin, the person who also was on that lunar landing module, had prepared himself to acknowledge God's majesty on that historic flight by carrying a little piece of communion bread, a tiny sip of wine, and a silver chalice that had been provided by his pastor. As he told the story a year later in the Guidepost magazine, he radioed back to Houston and asked for a few moments of silence, invited each person listening to contemplate what was happening and to give thanks in each person's individual way.
Houston, tranquility, over. Tranquility, Houston, go ahead. Roger, this is the Lem pilot. I'd like to take this opportunity to ask every person listening in, whoever, wherever they may be, to pause for a moment and contemplate the events of the past few hours and to give thanks in his or her own way. Over. Roger, tranquility, base.
He poured the wine. He ate the bread. He drank the wine. The first liquid poured on the moon's surface, the first food eaten there, were communion elements. Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Last week, the New Horizons space module flew by Pluto, taking and sending back to Earth unreal pictures. Pluto is 3 billion miles away. It took the space vehicle 9 years and 6 months to get there, flying at over 36,000 miles per hour. Pluto is no longer a planet by our human standards, but Pluto is still very much a part of God's creation. Lord, how majestic is your name. I continue to be amazed at how God continues to reveal creation to us, like in the spaceship that just flew by Pluto. Buzz Aldrin also celebrated the occasion of God's majesty that he recognized there on the moon, when he read from a handwritten note that he had carried with him after he had taken the communion. He read, "When I consider the heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the Son of Man that thou visitest him?" He later said he could think of no better way to acknowledge the enormity of the Apollo 11 experience than by giving thanks to God. May we this day and every day Give thanks and praise, as the psalmist did, for the work of God's fingers. Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. If you like this week's PrayerCast, share it with your friends. God bless you the rest of the week, and hope to see you in church on Sunday.